Now we talked about finding websites, blogs. So here we are, same affinity list that we've been looking at before. Now let's go over the shoulder here. You can see that right off the bat we're going to have some websites, right? So here's one, and I'm sure there's some other ones down throughout here. So firehouse.com is a website. It's not a page with a website. It is a website, right? So that's a difference. Some marketers have gotten to a point, or some Facebook pages have gotten to a point where they created a website after the page was created. Others were actual websites that then created a page because somebody told them they needed to. So that's where we're going to go. We're going to check out firehouse.com. You can see that plenty of people like it. And here is the website itself. You can see it's a blog. It's got a lot of stories. It's got a lot of content that they post to their page and they get people to interact with and click around. It's not directly selling them right off the bat. Now, there is some things to sell, I believe, on this, but it's not the only intention of the site. Or it's not a brand. Like Ford. Ford's intention, yes, they have a website, but it is all to sell you on the Ford. Firehouse.com has content that they give, and they make up the money by, say, advertisement and things like that. So this would be a great interest for us to use. We could go after that, and we could scale into the other ones as well if we want it. If we're profitable and we're making sales and we want to keep pushing it, right? So now we're going to look at a actual click to website campaign and show you what to look for in terms of good metrics and profitability from it. So here's a campaign that I started. It's to a t-shirt that we're still running, and it's a click to website campaign. You can see I have 26 clicks. This is 19 cents per website click. That's obviously really good. We're hoping that this is it's just getting started, but that's in the range that we want, right? We're super targeted. We're getting a good response. People are clicking on the ad. You can see it's wide open. I'm using the right-hand side. I'm using the news feed on both desktop and mobile. I did take off the audience network. Do not run on the audience network, but everything else we're good for on this one. So what we're looking at is I've reached 794 people, and we have 26 website clicks. Again, we have 19 cents per click, and I've spent $4.84. Now, my margin on this is a hoodie, so I got about a $20 in hoodie. So if I convert at anywhere below $20, we got a good amount of room here to scale up a little bit, buy some data, and then refine. I'm in a very, very, very large niche here, so I'm okay buying some data here up front to take this wide open ad and split it out. So in the same regard as we did for the PVE ad, I can go ahead and do an age breakdown and show you exactly where the clicks are coming in from. So the cost per website click varies heavily through the age groups, right? With a very strong presence in the 55 to 64th. So that tells you something about this niche, right? We also have some good clicks here in the 25 to 34 and the 45 to 54. This one, not so much. We got almost 3 times the cost, a little over 2 times the cost of the other ads. And so this is one that we might have to keep an eye on. Now, obviously, Facebook is going to optimize and steer traffic away from that age bracket, as you can see. However, we're just not going to split. When we split these out and get into more advanced type of ads, and where we're getting more and more eyeballs on here, we're not going to want to create a 35 to 44. Something to note here is that if this one was getting an expensive website click, that's not really that expensive, right? Anything below $1 is going to be pretty good. But what you want to pay attention to is the conversions. So I'd be okay paying 64 cents a click. I'd be okay paying $2 a click if my conversion cost is lower than that $20, right? Because then we can dive into that age bracket and even get down to the age level if the niche is big enough. If you got 100,000 people or more in a single age, you can definitely even get down to the age level and push it further there, right? But right now what we're looking at is not very promising for this one. I would like to see where the conversions come in. Again, if you want to figure out the conversions, we don't have any on this yet, but you come to your search bar and you search for checkouts and the conversion pixel, hit apply, and you can see I don't have any conversions yet, but that's where that's going to pop up, right? So we're going to have, this is kind of our base data. This is kind of telling us how it's performing in the initial stages. After a few days and after we're converting, it's really important that we break it down to see where the conversions are coming from and not just the clicks. Okay, so that's it for this. I just want to recap and make sure that you're 100% on the same page. So we're looking for a cost per website click below $1. ROI is king here though, right? So we're going to look for the ones converting for us and keep those alive. We eventually want to make sure that we kill off anything that's not converting regardless of the website click. And I would do that at around the price of your profit, right? So if I'm making $20 per item, then if I'm not converting within $20, then I would probably kill it unless you're willing to push beyond there to try to buy more data. But you need to make sure that you have your set in mind, and from a standpoint of running a tight budget, if you're not going to convert at least from the profit of the item and break even, then it's a possibility you should cut it. So make sure you have the same conversion pixel added as you have with the PPE ads here, so we can build that pixel up and get ready for the next stage, which is the conversion ads, the website conversion ads that are really going to grow our product and make sure that we are spreading that product out there as much as possible. Okay, so right now you're going to go into the next stage of running ads, and that's going to basically tell you how to get your website conversion ads up and going, and give you a little bit of an overview of what our method here is in the next life cycle, which is going to be the growth stage. Once you're starting to scale, they're going to still interact and pay attention to your PPE ads, your click to website ads, but we're going to introduce website conversion ads at this stage because our pixel is matured. So see you in the next video.